This one's for the culture. Me and wifey in the room thinking of a master plan, thinking how we can influence the culture from where we stand. Knowing that our steps are ordered by the master's hand, still 10 toes down, we ain't switching up the stance. The mission of this music ain't just to make them dance, trying to tell them about the rock, cause they build.
And welcome. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, from a brief hiatus. Through this. Time flies when you're having fun. And so there was a lot of fun being had for us, and we'll get into that as we kind of get back into the swing of things with you guys, get you caught up on our lives. We are happy to say we are in a much better place as far as getting time stuff in order. This transition back to schooling. We got now older children. It's just been a fun adjustment. So I think we got a pretty good schedule now to get back into the swing of things. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we get into the catch up?
I mean, you kind of covered all your bases with your very your introduction. Just trying to figure out how all things fit in their proper place in our lives right now. Didn't expect to be gone as long as we have been.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
We're just ready to get into it.
All right. Well, do not adjust your screens. If you see a slight bling, that is true. It is not sweat. It is not rain. This is real.
So can you see it on the camera?
I don't know, but if you can, and you just see a little glisten, because I think this is not diamond. What do we get?
Crystals?
Yeah. Swarovski? Was it Swarovski?
Swarovski.
Yeah, so we got a good crystal. So if you see a little blah blah, just know what it is.
I guess because we both got them done.
We did.
It's okay. We'll drop a picture for all of our YouTube subscribers. We will drop a picture in the box, in the video, in the thing.
We'll figure it out. If you haven't seen it, I've been, I guess, maybe pleasantly surprised. And this is not what we were going to talk about, but I think what I've come to realize is that either one, no one cares about me and how I look, or two, no one is really surprised by the change. And it's just blended in because I feel like, generally speaking, it's a pretty obvious thing to have a discussion about, and no one's even mentioning it. Or third, people are really scared about the direction I'm going, and they don't know what
they don't
to
want to say anything
because they don't want to potentially offend me or something. I don't know.
It's probably a combination of all three.
Depending on the person, it might they might fall in a different kind of bucket. But we're alive. We're well. I think we're in a pretty good place. I was talking to someone at church yesterday about just the season we're in, and the message on Sunday was very similar to, I think a lot of people are in tough spots just from what I've been speaking with, but a lot of people I've been talking to are still in good mental places. Relationships, a couple guys I've talking to, their relationships are getting better, not easy, but better. Some other things that some people I know are going through just seem like we're almost there. And then we just keep having stuff going on. So whether it's work, whether it's family, it's completely off script, but just be encouraged. The end is coming. And like we said, we don't quit. So we are back. We are good to go. We are locked and loaded. And yeah. The round running. All right. So although we have not been here with you guys on Mondays, we have not just been sitting in the house. We have been traveling. You had a nice expose, so to speak. You went to New York, did some fashion
who said I
week.
had an expose? No. An expose is a story.
You have a story of your trip to New York.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but that's not what this episode is about.
this episode is whatever we make it.
You're right. You're right.
That was part of our time off, so
it was part of our. We've got a bunch of stuff that was part of our time off, though.
We did, and we're going to get to all of it. But I did want to mention that you were in New York doing makeup for Fashion Week because I thought it was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Oh my goodness, it was so awesome. I had such a good time. Shout out to Ashley Renee of Ashley Renee Design. She had an incredible show in New York. What, first weekend of September? First.
You were there.
I was.
Not. Yeah, it was when we got back.
It was when we got back from Vegas.
So that was
it's the second weekend of September. New York Fashion Week, my very first time ever working an event for that. So that was really cool. Mm-hmm. It was a little, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel though, I'll be honest, because it's been about 4, 5, 6-ish. 7, almost 10 years. 10 years, probably since Courtney was born, that I did makeup for like something important other than like myself or a family member or a friend or something. So it was cool.
Nah, you did makeup for a wedding, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did. No, I didn't do makeup for a wedding. The event that my co-host is so casually referencing was I did his ex-wife's makeup for their engagement party.
Oh, was it?
It was your engagement party. I just showed up for the wedding.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so no. But even still, that was before Courtney.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll trust your math.
Yeah.
I guess you ain't bring her, so maybe she wasn't here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, no. I brought her to the wedding, not the engagement party. I had her by the time.
Oh yeah, that was that whole situation.
Right, I had her by the time. Neither here nor there. It was an amazing experience. Ashley Renee, thank you again for having me out. If you guys never heard of her or if you want to know more about her, we will have the link down below in the description. You can also I don't think I've posted anything on my Instagram yet because I'm relaunching my stylist page. So yeah, there'll be pictures or something somewhere for you guys to see them. I don't know where yet. It'll be in the description for this video or in the caption
on. We can do a recap video. We'll get it to you. We got a ton of content, and we really got to figure out how to get it out respectfully.
That would be great if you guys would let us know how you would like to receive some of the content, because we've obviously got videos, pictures, all the shebangs from. We've been to like 3 different shows since the last time we recorded an episode. Taken a bunch of trips. We've done a bunch of stuff. How would you like all that info, all that cool content? Let us know.
Fact. So now that was cool to get back. You ran up and did that. I guess I'll go into a little bit. The little baby Chris Brown, we talked about that here.
Mm-mm.
We have not talked about that.
We have not.
Oh man!
So Ray took himself on a date.
Or I just bought a ticket to a show that I wanted to go to, and it was cool. Really good. We've been to obviously a lot of shows this year. I would say this was probably a top 3 show for me. I went to see Little Baby and Chris Brown with a surprised guest performance by Blue. Used to go by Young Blue, and he seemed kind of impromptu because I don't think he was on tour with him, but. It was cool. He did a couple of his songs. They did some songs together from Chris's, at the time, new album. It's been out for quite a while now. I think the tour is actually over.
Yeah, it's over, I think.
But no, it was a really good time. Chris performed a lot longer than I expected. Lil Baby, I think this is probably the third time we've seen him this year. Third. Coachella, Something in the Water. And that's it. I had seen him, and he's done a different set every single time. He's actually released some new music throughout the year, so it was cool to see him perform that. He's also on Chris's album, so they did their song together. Really, really cool. The dancers did a phenomenal job. The stage setup was rather simple, but it fit for what they were trying to do. Had a really, really good time. Great performances, great performers, and shout out to them. And hopefully we get a little baby album soon. They said hopefully by the end of the year, but we will have to wait and see on that. Another big show we went to that I did not know how the show would go, to be perfectly honest, because we talked about the Kendrick Lamar album to you guys, and it was heavy.
He didn't go back and listen to it, except for maybe one. How many times you went back and listened to that album?
I'm back to the album like 7 times. I actually like it a lot now.
Total, or since we went to the show? Before we went to the show, how many times did you listen to that album since we first came out?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Oh, okay.
And since
that's
then,
more than what I thought.
Like I said, once I went back and listened to it a second time, I was like, oh, there are more songs on here that aren't as depressing, toxic, and heavy and make me contemplate life. The ones that do, I just can skip. Because I got music is important, and sometimes that headspace ain't where I think it should be.
Yeah.
But no, really, really good concert. Baby Keem was there. He's nominated pretty well. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but I've recognized the talent, and I thought he did a good job in his performances. Yeah, I got more, but I feel like I've talked a lot, so I'll let you get in.
Kendrick Lamar was awesome. If I don't know if you've never seen him, I would definitely recommend going to go see him. I don't know. I think the tour is almost over. At least the North American leg is.
Yeah.
I think he's overseas or going overseas now, but it was an amazing show. That was my first time seeing Kendrick live. Yes, it was. It was my first time seeing Kendrick live, so that was awesome. Unless I'm having like a blur from another performance, like blocked out for some reason.
I don't know why you do that.
It happens, the shows all start to run together. You forget.
I can understand that as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so good, from the concept of the show to the track list. Well, not track list, like a set list.
That's fair.
Yeah, it was all really good. I was happy with the songs that he performed.
He did basically everything.
He did like all of his major hits. Anything that was on the radio and made it past the top 5, he did it. I would say, I don't know if I have, probably Humble was my favorite song that he performed. Yeah, it's probably Humble. But to your point, I wasn't sure how he was going to perform the new album. The new album was very introspective. That's a
good word.
Introspective.
That's a good dictionary word.
And I just wasn't sure, like, visually how that was going to look, how that was going to feel. But I think he and whoever the creative director people did a really great job of like turning that album into something. Well, I guess when you go to see somebody at a show, you're a fan. Haters don't just buy tickets to go and sit and be like, oh, this album was so awful, I'm going to sit here and watch you perform it.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty, for music, I think that's pretty true.
Yeah. So obviously if you were going to see him, you were excited about going to see him perform. Even if he didn't do any of his old stuff, it was super exciting because Kendrick don't tour like that. And so when he pop out, sometimes you just got to go and see him or jump on. I would say I was not super impressed by Baby Keem's set. Like, it was cool. I think his Coachella set was better. And we only watched half of that.
Maybe that's why you feel that way.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, he was like 5 songs in, and I'm just like, dang, this is a really long opener. Hey, LMI is at the Capital One Arena tonight.
Why are we not going there?
I don't know. Why?
She's probably with Mary.
Oh, yeah. We should have went to that show. Because it was her, Ella and Queen Naija.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we go?
Why do you keep saying we?
We? Why didn't
I wasn't going to that.
Why not? Good morning, gorgeous. No.
The only woman show.
Her.
I was obviously.
Snow.
And yeah, I would definitely go see Snow. Always go see Snow.
Jasmine.
I would definitely see Jasmine. I want to see Jasmine.
Seen her. She was amazing. At the Fillmore.
Yeah, but it would need to be a conglomerate of them. If it was like Jasmine and then like some other, we good. If it's Jasmine, I'll go see Jasmine. Like Jasmine, Snow, and Cleo or something like that would be super dope. But it usually don't be like that. It'd be some people I don't care about. And like I like Mary, but that last album didn't really move me.
Whatever. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, it was actually yesterday.
It was yesterday?
It was yesterday.
My watch is telling me today.
Well, today's Monday, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about that off camera. Remind me.
Okay.
Yeah, remind me.
See what I can do.
No, I just wasn't super impressed by Baby King. Maybe it's because I don't listen to a lot of his music. I like graze past it when I'm listening to other stuff.
Yeah.
So
everything isn't for everyone.
Yeah, I haven't really like jumped into all that Baby Kim is, but the people around us loved it. And again, it's not surprising. Like white people are some of the biggest consumers of hip hop. So it wasn't super surprising, but we weren't sure what the crowd was going to be like for Kendrick Lamar. We didn't know what it was going to look like.
Especially off this album.
Yeah, we were in DC, at the Capital One Arena. So, and we had floor seats, tickets, standing room only.
There was
no seats. Unless you're like super old, I feel like that's just always the way to go. If you just absolutely have to have a seat. No,
I told you the next time. Now that I know where that first 100 row section is.
Oh yeah.
If I can be right there, I'm gonna be right there.
I don't know. For some people, I want to still be.
For people I haven't seen, I want to be. I'll do the super close, like Usher and stuff like that. But if Kendrick came back, I would not need to be there for Kendrick. And I think it gives you a different experience. Like when I went to see Lupe, which we'll get to in a minute. Like I sat up in Howard, and I've never sat up.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a very different experience. And like for Usher, I think where like Kiki sat, I think is a very different experience because like us, you're probably either focused on the front or the back because we have to keep moving.
Yeah.
When you're far away, you can just look at everything at once. So I think the same is kind of true with Kendrick. Like there was a point where I had to look this way at Kendrick, this way at Baby King, this way at Kendrick, this way at Baby King. From farther back, I can just stand and watch. Yeah. I don't have to choose between Kendrick and the dancers or
I get what you're saying.
One of the other scenarios. When you're that close, you can only see but so much. So I think it's different strokes for different people. But I had a good time. I had a great time. I thought the crowd was pretty solid. There was one person that was really getting on my nerves, and God's grace
kid
just washed over me because he was doing the most.
Jumping over you trying to get a good picture?
Yeah, and we're pretty close. It's not hard.
There was no way you were going to get a bad picture from where we were standing. Yeah. And the kid was just like jumping and elbow. It was pretty bad, actually. I felt bad for you.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. If it was that bad, I'd have said something. It was actually this other chick. She was annoying too, but not important. A great show overall. I had a great time. The way in which he moved in his stage set. So far, whose stage set have you liked the most? Like set up.
It would probably be somebody set from Coachella, for real. Tyler, the Creators, was really good at Something in the Water.
That's true. He did have a really good
Usher's joint when he had the
strippers?
The stripper pole.
Strippers. It's okay.
It was strippers.
Vegas.
Like a whole like
they weren't naked, just so we're clear.
I mean, they might as well hit that.
No.
There was like very little left to the imagination.
We disagree.
I mean, we can drop the videos.
We can drop the video
on the thing and let the people decide for us.
In Vegas at a show, I imagine most Vegas shows women are dressed pretty similar.
Okay, fine.
Haven't
Either
been
way.
to a bunch of shows, but that's just
I'm just saying.
based on all the
There
concerts
wasn't a
I've been
whole
to,
lot left to the imagination.
Almost every set of dances I've seen look like that. That's just my experience.
Those girls had on G-strings and triangle bra bikini tops. What are you talking about?
Like I said, I've also posted other videos. Feel free to go look at those. There's been very similarly dressed women at most every show.
Fine. What else? I'm not gonna debate you on that particular
I
point.
appreciate it.
Yeah, Usher's setup was really cool. I think who was it? City Girls at Coachella. Their setup was real dope.
You just got on Usher for having strippers, and then you refer to City Girls who had strippers.
I wasn't getting no Ushers for having strippers.
You seem to have a very negative connotation to how they were dressed.
I wasn't saying there was anything wrong with how they were dressed. I was just saying like he had like straight up strippers, like with the poles and the props and the money, and like they were legit strippers.
Oh, we ain't got our Usher bucks.
Oh, you want to go get some and flash them on camera for the people? But I guess we can get to that later. Yeah, so probably one of those. Like all of the setups for Coachella were really, really dope. So yeah.
I wouldn't say all. I think most were pretty solid. Some were pretty generic, like Snows, Ari's, a lot of Giveon, a lot of their sets were pretty nothing for the most part. Ones who got the little baby,
the nighttime people. I almost said
music, not music. What's that boy name? The Weeknd. Corday's set was solid.
But I won't give Weeknd a whole lot of credit for that because most of his set was from the Swedish House Mafia.
I don't even know because we barely saw it.
I watched it on TV.
Oh, the one we were at, or the next week?
The one we were at.
Oh, okay.
See,
it was still cool. Then it was still cool because I liked whatever they had, the little circle
thing.
Yeah, it was all right. I will go with Usher's hard to top because of the Usher bucks and that whole and the skating and everything else that kind of went into the stage arrangement. But I'll go somewhere different. I'm gonna go Chris and Lil Baby. I like the little boxes, and then it was like jumping between the boxes and stuff like that they were on top of. I would say that's probably the coolest out. Or Tyler. Tyler's was it's obviously from his album. It was themed well, so it's hard to top that. But I'm going to go Chris Brown and Lil Baby. Now, the next question, as we're getting caught up so far this year, what's been the coolest piece of memorabilia you've gotten from all the shows we've been to?
I would say probably. I don't know. It would probably have to be something from Coachella. Like the Adidas jacket. Like, that's one because I know only a handful of people have them. You know? Yeah. And that's, I like stuff like that.
Oh, look at you.
Like, I got the Beyonce box. Everybody. I did get the Beyonce box. I opened the Beyonce box. I was underwhelmed by the Beyonce box.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Some artists' merch was pretty subpar.
We got Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar. Count your days short, man.
We got this. What was it?
It was part of our
artist
package.
Created. If this is what artist creation looks like, Kanye needs a raise.
Yes.
Because
yes,
that tour. A lot of the tour merch I've seen.
It's been underwhelming.
Like Lupe's, I mean, it was just a cool symbol from before, but nothing new was there. Lil Baby, Chris Brown had some really cool graffiti stuff.
I believe that. I was gonna say because
he's a creator, in that realm. So his stuff was alright.
I've seen him a few times, so I think I only have one or two of his shirts still.
But even at Coachella, the majority of the artist merch to me was not great. At Something in the Water, there wasn't a bunch of great. I bought the billionaire stuff because I'm a billionaire guy.
Yeah.
And the billionaire DC shirt I like a lot.
It is cool.
And then something else I got from there I think I like. And then the Cactus Plant Flea Market Coachella shirt I liked a lot. But we
really only like all the exclusive stuff. The Cactus House Flea Market joint, you're not going to be able to get that somewhere else. Correct. Like most tour stuff.
Well, no one else can get the Kendrick hoodie and they could have kept that.
They could have kept the
or
Kendrick
giving me
hoodie.
a voucher to get one of the ones.
Or
at the show.
yeah, and that's the messed up part about it, y'all. Because when we went to the show, we already knew that we had hoodies on the way as part of our little VIP package. We were supposed to get the hoodies before the show. We did not. When did we get the hoodies?
Like 3 days ago.
Exactly. 3 days ago. We went to the show back in August. Like the beginning of August was the show. And we just got those hoodies. And then in the description, when we were purchasing our little VIP package, they made it seem like the hoodie was going to be like super exclusively designed by Kendrick Lamar dopeness.
Which was surprising because I don't see him really create clothes.
No.
So
we were surprised. Yeah.
And guess what I should have expected?
So we opened the box. Well, no, it wasn't even a box. It was a bag. Not even a special bag. It was super basic.
There's no letter, no nothing.
Super basic. No thank you for spending all your hard-earned money. On the front of the shirt.
More expensive tickets.
It was. On the front of the sweatshirt, it says Mr. Morale.
Which
on
is the package we bought.
Yes. And then on the back, at the very top of the sweatshirt, that does have a hoodie, so I guess we should be calling it a hoodie. It's got, I think, the Big Steppers tour.
Black
That's it.
And white. That's it.
That's it. Once you put the hoodie down, you can't even see the words.
So far up on the shoulder.
So I don't know who didn't help.
Not the same person that designed the set.
No, not the same person that designed the set. Honestly, but the set was so simplistic, it could have been.
Nah, the multiple stages, the one, because he had the one thing that came down above him that hovered over him, that one light.
Yeah. When
like
especially when you did like N65.
Yeah, he had the mannequin at one point with the glove. He had the piano that he was at, and then at the other end of the stage, when he had the other white thing that came down and covered them, that also went up in the air. Like it was way more than the hoodie.
Okay, I give it to you.
The hoodie would have been him performing, and not this isn't a shot, but like 21 Savage or Snow, where you just stand in one spot and you say words in cool ways.
No, it was a mad basic hoodie. I told Ray I'm probably gonna put something on the front of mine because it's super basic. Like
put some quotes from the album on there or something.
No, I'll probably do like a sublimate Kendrick picture or something like that. I'm not sure. But it was basic.
Whatever she does, we'll post it so you guys can see it. And then you can we can't put it for sale because we only got 2 hoodies.
Yeah, we're complaining about said hoodies, but we're still gonna keep on.
I mean, the quality is good. It's a great black hoodie for the winter.
It is. I wonder who the distributor was.
It might be on the tag. I don't know.
Probably not. Back
in California. Hopefully black owned. Would be great.
Probably not.
Yeah,
but you know.
Yeah, we try. So yeah, Kendrick was cool. Album was better than I thought. I don't remember what my initial review was, but it's still like album of the year. I don't think it should be nominated or anything like that. But no, it should be nominated. I take that back. My album of the year has not changed since the last time we talked.
Donda?
No, it's Almost Dry. Donda was last year.
Oh yeah, you're right. Almost Dry.
Push is still my album of the year for rap.
Dang, for real?
You heard a better rap album?
Oh no, I gotta think about it.
I will say this: Jid should be nominated for album of the year.
Yes.
I don't know if he will. I don't know if he's a big enough star to get that kind of nomination, whether it be Grammys or the BET Awards.
I mean, it would be dope even if just hip hop album,
whatever
somewhere in there
category.
JID definitely.
I think for this year, when I think rap albums. I would have to put Dirk because he sold a lot and it was, I think, a great album. Kendrick, Jid, and Push. If there's 4, if you got to have a 5th, I'd probably go Future because his numbers have just been up and he has one of the songs of the year.
I hate him. Well, I don't hate him.
I was just saying that was super.
I just have a strong dislike for him and his music.
That joint with Drake and Tim's is fire.
Well, yeah, that one.
And there's a couple other joints on there.
He's got some bangers. It's just him. It really is just
but
him.
That's the crazy part about Future to me, and I'm not the biggest Future fan, or I didn't really follow his ascension when he got popular. I was kind of out of music to a bit, but he typically is really low key for so many people not to like him. He had an album come out this year. He didn't tour it to my knowledge. He didn't really promote it. He hasn't really been on any shows. Like Future don't really be out.
It's all his old behavior.
He got old behaviors and a bunch of kids. Like he ain't still having kids. Like Nick won't stop.
He literally just had a baby 2 days ago
and got like 2 or 3 on. Like this is forget whatever the schedule is. I don't understand physically how he keeps having children. They can't be coming from his body.
What do you mean?
Like me and you have both, had a lot of sex in our life. I've known a lot of people that had a lot of sex in their life.
Yeah.
His shooting percentage is so high.
It's not a shooting percentage.
I know a bunch of people that sleep with a bunch of people. He's getting so many people pregnant at the same. They be pregnant within like a month of each other.
His swimmers are just real good.
No way. There's no way they're that good. And they're that good. And the women are right. They're cheating. They're getting the insemination thing or something. There's no way he is just having sex with all these women and they're getting pregnant
They could be.
this frequently. Like he has a gift.
He has a gift.
Because man, I don't know how he does it. And he should write a book because all the women are happy.
All the women are happy.
They are. Blueface and Krishan, they can't stand just each other one-on-one. We had Safari and Erica. We got so many people that can't tolerate one-on-one. He got like 10, and they all get along and all support. It's weird, but shout out to him. I don't know how he does it.
He said, shout out to him.
It's not just the money. I know a bunch of people with money, and they big moms be beefing. It's wild. So you want to go family or Vegas?
Oh. Okay, because we were done with all the other things.
Did you want to talk more about this?
We didn't talk about it at all.
I feel like we've highlighted the biggest part. We can talk about it though.
Yeah.
We can go back to the Usher show. What else would you like to add?
Especially since it was literally the most recent.
I mean, I felt like we told them there was strippers. The songs, we talked about the experience, but you can tell them whatever you want. Go ahead.
We didn't talk about Usher at all.
Okay, then tell them.
Guys, we went and saw Usher.
We did in Vegas, residency at the
Park MGM. Dolby Live Theater.
Cool setup. DJ was solid.
DJ was really good. Oh,
he was solid to me.
He was better. Where did we go? Oh no, never mind.
What?
No.
Who's you gonna diss?
I went somewhere with some friends recently.
Oh, to your friend's
thing.
Sorority event. It was,
no,
DJ was trash.
Different.
Another
event.
bad DJ.
Yes, awful. It's awful.
Okay. Where else did I go? I went somewhere else and the DJ was trash. Oh, the Lupe show. DJ was pretty bad. He tried really hard. They performed for like an hour to wait because Lupe was late, but he was not that good.
It's water bottle.
That's your favorite?
I mean, not my favorite, but it's like my most used from Coachella.
Most used. Some from Coachella. Probably my Adidas jacket. I would say this one's got the most use. I didn't. It was supposed to be our water bottle.
It is.
Yeah. You seem to have pilfered it. But yeah. We got some NFTs which are just sitting because we don't know what
useless.
That seems that wave might have died. We might have to. Please tell us, but I don't really hear the whole crypto NFT. I see a couple people doing it, but it seems like the steam has really died down on the whole metaverse thing, or maybe it's going for a rebrand. Who knows? But yeah, Usher show. So we walk in. DJ was rocking. We walked in. I came in. We went to the front because we were VIP because that's the only way I really know. And we were right in the front. It was like an eyeball. Think of an eyeball like this. We're in the middle of the eyeball, and the stage is going around like this. And then they locked us in, and we couldn't get out.
We couldn't get out.
They told me I had 20 minutes. I used about 15 of it, and that was not true. That apparently I only had 10 minutes. But no, the show was good. It wasn't super packed inside the little VIP area. We could move around pretty freely.
Oh yeah.
Get your dance on, get your groove on. You know, Usher got all the jams. He's in that top 5, definitely top 5, maybe even top 3 versus category. We haven't covered versus, but versus has died in their suing Triller. We'll cover that at another time because we got a lot to get to. But I am anxiously waiting to see what comes of that because that's kind of a big deal. But I enjoyed it. He did pretty much every song I would have wanted.
And then some.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with and then some. I was trying to think if there was any one in particular. But no, he went all the way back. He did Confessions. He did some of the new stuff. He did some of the party stuff. He did some of the club stuff. He did some of the features, the verses of the Song of the People that were featured on some of the songs. So he did Lil Jon's part and all that. So I thought it was really good. I will say I was a little blown because every Usher show I've seen since has had a special guest.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
We didn't get a special guest. We got
nothing.
Regular people.
We got nothing.
No, there was somebody there, but they didn't join the show.
Who?
He shouted them out.
Oh, D-Nice was there.
Yeah.
He was in the crowd.
Yeah.
In the stand.
I thought
he was there with somebody.
Yeah. But he ain't do nothing. So it didn't really matter the same way.
No, yeah. It was awesome. It was an amazing experience.
Really good skater.
Usher is,
really good skater. And I think everybody was black.
No.
There was white people?
Mm-hmm. Well, not white people. Well, I think there were white dancers, but there was an Asian chick that was dancing.
Yeah, but she was all right.
She was bad.
Was cool.
She was bad.
She good.
What was I going to say? Usher was amazing. Like, I knew after the Something in the Water set that I needed to see him in all his glory in one of his shows. It was funny because I made a joke to, I think, your dad about how close we were going to be to see Usher. And it turned out I was right because at one point in time, like he spun around and sweat literally like flew off of his body into the crowd. He did pretty much every song I would have wanted him to do. There were a few songs that when he was getting ready to do them, like I knew it. I was like, yes! Oh my goodness, he's doing that song. I was super excited. But I will say, we were in Vegas for Labor Day weekend. And we went to the Wednesday show. And that's the only thing I'm just going to say. It's because it was a Wednesday. There were no special appearances for our show. It's okay. Our show was still pretty amazing. But as my wonderful co-host has mentioned, every single show since we went has had a guest on there. He's brought out Snoop. He's brought out
Taraji was just she wasn't like a
no. Taraji was like Kiki.
Yeah. But that Kiki was
So when he brought, I don't know if you guys have seen the video of Usher bringing Taraji onto the stage. All fun and love games. It was cute. He brought this chick from the crowd, from the audience during our show. Miss Kiki
was ready.
Kiki was ready. She had been preparing for this day her whole life. I swear to God.
She made the most of it.
She did, because he poured her a little drink and she was dancing and experiencing some things that only women who've been very intimate with Usher has probably experienced. So yeah,
a lot of jokes that could have came there, but leave those right alone.
No, just leave him alone.
He's a good dude. I was very
nothing.
Yeah, yes, he is. As far as I'm concerned. But no, really, really great show. And you would think, and this is going to probably sound bad, like at his age, he would start to slow down. I don't know if y'all been seeing the Genuine clips running around, but Usher ain't that. Like, he's still peak performance, great shape.
Yeah, skating, he got down with the get down.
Singing, dancing. He got the mic skills he's always had from the beginning and kicking the mic and then coming back. Like, everything that was Usher, he hit the handstand.
He didn't hold it that long.
Why you got to shoot the man?
But he did hit the handstand.
If you had your camera ready, you got it.
And I was ready. Because I got him when he was.
Yeah.
If you look at the reel that I posted on my Instagram feed,
You didn't tag me.
I did tag you in it.
You tagged me or you tagged the bomb?
I tagged you.
Oh, cool.
We
collaborated or you tagged me?
I tagged you.
Oh, that's not the same. You know, you got the collab. I need the likes. You got to trick the algorithm.
All right, I'll fix it. I'll.
It's not a big deal.
I know. But yeah, I got that whole performance of him in the background doing that cool dance from You Remind Me.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get the handstand, but it was like 2 seconds.
Yeah. So,
but he still did it.
Yeah, yes, he did. So we had a couple vacations.
We did have a couple vacations.
But before we get to that, I do want to touch on a cool moment for me was, I guess, 15 years ago. I think is how long ago this was. The Cool came out. And I was in college kid, had some cool friends that I don't really talk to anymore, but I follow them on social media, so it's all love, I guess. Maybe they hate me, maybe they don't. No one knows. But there was a gentleman named Lucas. Not Pat, no, it was a different guy. Lucas Michelin, white guy. And we were in college together, and he lived in New York. And we were good friends, and he said, I'm going to see Lupe. And I liked Lupe because I liked Kick Push, and I liked Food and Liquor. Played it a lot in my dorm room. And then the show came. And at that time, I don't know if you know, but Lupe was talking like Rock Nation and Jay-Z, and he was kind of a free agent. They were trying to get him, so Jay-Z and Beyonce were at the show. And we went to a small venue very similar to the Howard Theater, and he performed The Cool. And that was, I believe, the first time that show had been performed. The album had been performed. So when I saw it pop up here recently, I was like, I gotta go. He's coming to DC. It was only like 5 stops, and one of them was DC. I was shocked.
I was pissed.
I waited, and then the ticket sold out because I was waiting for someone. And then it popped back up again, and I said, I will not miss this opportunity. But someone had an event in Fashion Week. So shout out to your mother for always coming through in the clutch.
Always coming through in the clutch, because who did Ray dump the kids on so that he could go see Lupe without me?
Because she left us as soon as we got back from vacation.
To work.
You left us.
I had to work.
You left us.
I went to work.
Okay, we're good. So shout out to Tanya for handling that. As she said, we were on vacation. She came down, hung out, and then within a couple of days of us returning, she had another package delivered to her front door.
Another package delivered.
And she received the package and signed for the amount of time necessary. But really dope show, really good to see, different experience. I had never been to Howard Theater, so obviously the history there, if you're from the area or if you're not, was really cool. But then to see him perform that there, the seats was cool, the vibe was just a really dope moment. Needs better merch, but that's a whole different conversation.
Somebody should let us run merch tables. That's got to be a job.
I'm sure it's a job, and it's
who
miserable job. Have you ever worked retail at like a holiday?
Yeah, I don't want to sell the stuff. I just want to make it, and somebody else can sell it.
I mean, I can tell you if it looks good, but I can't like create it. Like that's not my thing. Not the best. But yeah, we kids are getting older. Kids are getting older, and we are getting older. And I am starting for maybe the first time in my life, really starting to take my health a little more seriously. I'm starting to consider going to a doctor. However, the problem is I was hanging out with my boy over the weekend, and guess what? He went to the doctor. Guess what kind of experience he had? Miserable. Every time I want to give doctors the benefit of the doubt, they're miserable. And so I keep not going. And I'm just going to trust God because he's the great physician.
He said I keep not going.
Because they just suck. I tried to take our son to a pediatric appointment. Disaster.
Actually, real talk. Yeah. Like I'm just about tired of like doctors. I've been playing phone tag with the new doctor's office for like a week now. No, it is a week. And I'm over it.
I understand. And then we'll keep it pretty light, but we've had other situations where I've had some issues with doctors, and there have been some real ramifications because I think doctors' ineptitude. I've always said it's kind of funny, and I was at the gun store this weekend, and the guy was saying, yeah, the only thing you need to go to college for, I think, was like to be a politician and in healthcare. And I've always said this, and I don't know if people really factor this in, but you don't have to get 100% to get like a medical license. You just got to pass. Same thing with being a lawyer. You don't really got to know all the law. You just got to be able to pass the bar.
Some of it.
So that lends for a wide range of experiences. Excuse me. When you're dealing with lawyers and you're dealing with healthcare professionals. And I keep finding the wrong ones that suck. And I'm kind of smart, but I shouldn't be smarter than them. But they be saying stuff that don't make no kind of sense. And then they don't give me an answer. So I come off as confrontational. I'm a black guy and I be getting animated and you be saying stuff that don't make no sense. So I'm at the doctor's office or the pediatric office with the dude, ear, nose, and throat. And I'm telling them what our pediatrician who referred us to him told us to do. So we followed their instructions. They referred us to you. But somehow where you referred us and who referred us have two completely different processes for how stuff works. So I rushed down to Fredericksburg. I was fearful that we would have to wait another 2 months to get an appointment because they kicked our appointment so far out just for them to get there to have none of the information. They had to put him under anesthesia. They didn't know how old he was. They didn't know anything. And then the doctor just wasn't comfortable. It was just like the ineptitude of healthcare professionals. I think I told the story on here the time I went to the last time I got help. I had to go to the ER and they never told me what the heck was wrong with me until I was getting a COVID test and I logged into the healthcare joint and I found that I had pneumonia and some more crap. And I think I had an ulcer or something crazy.
It was pneumonia.
And I didn't even know. They just discharged me and gave me some because I kept throwing up. I was getting dehydrated.
Anti-nausea.
They gave me some anti-nausea medicine and sent me on my way. And my body recovered, I believe. Or maybe it's the reason I have some of the impact issues I got now. No one knows.
I think there's a few different reasons probably why you are where you are with your health. I'm not going to put the blame on any one thing. I think
it's cool. I've lived a long life, so it's possible. My lungs and my livers have fought little battles to make it these 34 years. They got a nice break up until like 15, 16, and then it's been full metal pedal to the metal for a while.
Bro, what is wrong with you?
Telling the people what it is.
You are telling the people what it is. I think it'd be great if let's just go to the doctor. Here's the other part. Just go to the doctor.
I don't hate healthcare because I go to the dentist 4 times a year, and I like my dentist, and my dentist actually has a soul. So
we do have a really good dentist.
So I like them. It's the doctors. It's these losers in these hospitals and emergency care units. So it's urgent care.
Urgent care.
Because we had the COVID thing.
Yeah.
When we had to take our daughter, and two completely forms of information that was being disseminated. It's just I be trying to give y'all a break with healthcare. Y'all health advocates, I be trying. But Dr. Fauci's resigning for a reason because the man's a kook.
But this isn't a COVID episode.
Fair enough. We're not gonna go there. But we went on vacation.
We went on family vacations, y'all. We took our very, very, very first family vacation.
When and how did we family, do it? We mean dog included.
Everybody went.
Actually, should we say that?
We took
because they.
I mean, it's too late.
They gave us.
They can't come back and charge us now.
Yeah.
We drove. We did a family road trip to Indianapolis,
and it went surprisingly well. Generally speaking, it was cool. There were moments. There were definitely moments, but I did all the driving, and by
choice.
Yes, definitely by choice. I stand on that. If you would have saw what I saw on those roads at those times of night.
It wasn't me.
Even on the way home, it was the middle of the day, and I don't know how great it would have been. So, going to go in a completely different direction. Sorry, guys. We've been having this discussion about I feel like this is a good discussion for like a real long episode, and we're kind of at the end of this one. But fellas, do a good job of educating your women because people getting caught slipping. And we went to that gas station, and there was a moment where I don't know if you really understood the significance of where we were and the potential danger that was around us, but you was real carefree. And I was really trying to get out of there as fast as possible.
Are you talking about when we were in West Virginia?
Yeah, that gas station we stopped at or whatever.
But all the people were so nice.
No. Absolutely not. That's the problem.
We were in.
Those nice people would have probably hung us if we were there 6 hours later. I don't know or not, but
that's not funny.
The vibe was not great for me.
We were in like I wish Pigeonhole.
That was it had a weird name. It was like Dad's Creek or something.
It had the worst name. God, I wish I could remember the name of this little place.
Google Maps. The way she took us.
Google Maps took us through that direction because you wanted to avoid the tolls. Yes. So we had to drive off-road and find our way to Indianapolis. And that little town was it had, I think, one school for everything. Yeah. Two schools.
I don't know. There was maybe like 2 stoplights that I saw in that stretch. A bunch of 2-lane roads. But we made it to Indianapolis. You got your White Castles.
Yeah.
We discovered, what was that new place?
Oh, Calvert's.
Yeah.
Culver's. Oh my God. Y'all, if there is a Culver's anywhere near you, go. It's delicious. Like, really I haven't never heard of that place my whole life. And they're not just in Indiana, they're in other places. There's none near us, of course. But it was so good.
Yeah. Really
delicious burgers.
We also had some. What's the chocolate we got?
Oh,
Sarah's. No, Miss Cleary's.
Fannie Mae.
That was. I was. Y'all know. I was
you were not
Sarah's, Ferris, Claire's, Fannie Mae. It's all pretty similar.
It's a Midwest thing. Like it used to be a much larger chain.
Oh, was it? Mm-hmm. Why they announce us? They're good.
They're just small. Yeah, small.
I get it. Expansion stuff.
And so now I think they're down to like maybe three stores, and
but you can't shop online.
You can't, thank God.
Kinda, but
everything's not online. Yeah. You go, Bellas. You can go online and get certain things. The things that I like the most are not always available in stock online.
They don't sell mine online the way I want it. They do, but it's like small packages. I keep sending them to get it because I get the coupons now. But they ain't on sale yet.
But now that we're cool with all of your family that lives up there, we should have somebody who's willing to send us some stuff.
You would think. We drove all the way out there. The least they can do
is send me some chocolate. That's all.
I will say, Bella's vet appointment definitely makes a big difference because she's like a ninja.
And then we can't even hear.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They did a good job. Shout out to Petco. They're not paying me for that, but they deserve it. And I paid her a tip, so that counts. But we saw their great granddad, which I never met a great grandparent in my life. I don't believe.
Oh, I did.
I didn't. My great grandparent would be my grandparents' parent, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah, I didn't meet them. That I remember. I didn't meet my mom. I think both my mom and my dads had passed. And then I met their parents, but I never met their parents. So I never met Raymond the first, and I never met whoever else. I guess my dad's mom's mom. I don't even know her name, but I didn't meet her.
Oh no. My great grandparents on my mom's side. I think just my great grandmother was still alive when I was a little teeny tiny person. And then on my mom's dad's side, they were still alive. And so I was maybe like a teenager or shortly after high school, maybe.
And so, yeah, vacation was cool. Obviously, like I said, you being able to meet your grandparents or great grandparents is pretty cool. I did not have that luxury. I'm glad that my kids did get that luxury to meet. Is your mom
My Nana.
So Nana is their great grandparents. So they met both sides.
Mm-hmm. The ones that are available to me.
Yeah. Yeah, on my mom's side, I don't think either of those exist. What?
Oh, on my dad's side, they have their great grandmother on my dad's side of the family.
Was she at the thing?
No.
Fair enough.
No, she was not.
But no, Indiana was cool. I've been there quite a few times. We went on a nice little nature walk one day. It's kind of hot, but it was cool. Another one of those moments where the lady was walking a little fast. Didn't want to really hang out with the group, but it's all right. We did it and it worked out. Family had a really, really good time with family. Had some fun nights. Got to celebrate my grandfather's birthday. Yeah, just thought it was good trip. Made it back safe. Ate pretty well. Rested kinda.
There was no rest on
your
that
son
trip.
was asleep at my granddad's house. What do you mean?
When was I asleep at your granddad's house?
One day that you went over there, you, Courtney, there's a whole bunch of y'all. My dad.
No, I know Courtney went to sleep. I don't think there was any day at your granddad's that
I
I went
thought
to
you
sleep.
would just leave them really short, but
No,
this is why I keep receipts and I take pictures and stuff, because you always just saying stuff don't happen that be happening, but it's not important. We saw my family from Atlanta. They came up.
Uncle Tony, that's my dog, man. That's my dog.
Uncle Tony.
He's wild, man. That's a wild boy.
He's a good dude, though.
He is. He was so dope.
Really, really.
That's who should be talking. It should be me talking. Like, you know, your family. It was me who had to go and meet everybody. You know.
You can jump in at any moment. Go for it. That's what we do here. We both. So tell us about your Indianapolis experience.
I mean, my Indianapolis trip was dope. Pretty much. You know, it was nice to meet a bunch of your family. Kind of see where you get some of you from to some extent, I guess. I loved your granddad. Your granddad. I think what I told you when we got back was just like, he's the kind of granddad that I imagine when I think of somebody's grandpa. Like, he's like a real granddad. My papa is not a real granddad. Actually, he is now. Now that he's had that accident and, you know, he realizes he's not as young as he used to be.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Sometimes it is.
The Lord has just helped sit you down.
You know, but your granddaddy is just the sweetest thing. But he had me cracking up. Old people that don't have, old Black people. Let me emphasize that part right quick. Old Black people that don't have filters are the best. Like, if you ever just need some entertainment, go to a nursing home. I used to work in nursing homes, actually. I would go and do hair for the people. Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking about doing that for us, but that's obviously not a conversation for here. But if you ever just need some entertainment, go to an old folks home and sit with an old Black person, preferably a woman, because women be having all the tea. But if you can find an old Black man, literally just go sit and they'll talk to you. One, probably because they haven't talked to somebody from the outside in a long time. So they'd be excited. But two, like, the read just be something different. And your granddad said a few things that are not politically correct. And we definitely won't repeat here on the show. But they were hilarious. And he said them with the straightest of straight faces. Like,
a lot of conviction.
A lot of conviction. It was cool learning about, you know, your family history, meeting everybody. I definitely had some favorites. It was cool. Me and the kids had a good time in good old Indy. We'll go again.
For sure. And we didn't stop there. We took we're in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to Vegas again.
For a real vacation.
This is more like a relaxation vacation.
I mean, it was, but we didn't bring the kids. So
Yeah.
It's a real vacation.
Kids on vacation is not really a vacation. I don't care if it's Disney. Like, them jokers.
It's work.
They're expensive. They're a lot to keep up with. They're exhausting. They're great, but they be doing a lot.
A lot.
And we got varying ages, so it's hard to cater to everybody at the same time. But no, we went back to Vegas for a couple of days for Labor Day weekend. We were supposed to go to the Day in Vegas festival, but it was canceled. However, we did get some great intel on if they have it again, we know where we're staying because
at our timeshare.
Our timeshare.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not at that one, but at the other one, Paradise.
Why would we stay at Paradise?
Because then we don't have to worry about any kind of noise or the elements living from the festival.
The elements?
Like the people. The crazy people.
The people elements?
Yes.
So we're worried about the festival goers, not the rampant homeless people?
We're worried about it all.
Okay.
And after a festival, you are not equipped to defend yourself.
Who's not?
Nobody.
How are you not?
I mean, technically you are, but
We
depending
like
depending on what day they catch you, your feet are on fire. So where you running from?
Nah, the fight or flight. And I ain't got to run far. I just got to run around the corner. Hop a fence. But no, we definitely got the hookup there. Did some things, met some cool people. It was the coolest it was. And I feel like I always have a hard time saying it because I'll be thinking about the numbers I'm about to say. It was like 110 during the day.
Yeah, 15 actually.
Like that was the coolest it was. It was you get in the pool, but when you breathe,
it's still hot.
You still breathing hot air. Like it was refreshing, but it was a lot. We tried to get in a jacuzzi one night.
I was literally sweating.
It was such a nice jacuzzi. Like it was well set up. It was nice. It could have been private. There was nobody really over there. It was exclusive
for
to the owners only. But it was outside. And it was so hot that I turned the water, the bubbles off. No, it was broke or something because the bubbles never turned off.
They never turned off.
But even when you stood out of the water and it was just like your waist in.
Just dripping sweat.
Everywhere.
At one point, I was just like, I have to get out because I can't tell the difference between the water and the sweat anymore. And it's really starting to bother me.
Yeah. And then we don't want to get into your experiences.
Nope.
Okay.
No, we don't. Mother Nature came and ruined my vacation. That's all we're going to. All the women watching, they know exactly what that means.
Yeah. It was like, as soon as we touched down.
It was like literally, like we got off the airplane. No, because my stomach was hurting when we had when we had lunch in, where were we? Houston, Dallas?
Dallas sounds right.
We were in Dallas. We had a layover in Dallas. Stomach was hurting. I thought maybe it was just like anxiety or something. I don't know what from. I was just trying to chalk it up to traveling. Literally, we get off the airplane in Vegas, and I think I went to the bathroom at the airport in Vegas. And it was like, hey, what's up? I came to Vegas too to ruin your vacation. And Mother Nature, she definitely did. There were definitely some moments on the vacation where I was quite pissed. Is probably the best way to put it. But yeah, overall, it was great. We needed the time away. Just to kind of like reconnect and hang out, sleep in, and do a whole lot of nothing.
That's a big part.
We did. I think we slept until like 11 every day.
We also stayed up until like 9 a.m. the first night, 9 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, yeah, but that was Kiki's fault because she had us out on Fremont roaming the streets.
Yeah, but we got back at like 2 or 3. I don't know what exactly we did, but we was up.
We ate.
We did eat. Oh, that's the burger place we got that night?
No, burger place was a couple nights after that.
Okay. But no, that burger place was hidden. I think we got them twice.
We did.
And it was reasonably priced. But Vegas, really, really cool. We figured out that there's a bus system that, because we were going to do the trolley, but it was too hot.
The monorail.
The monorail. It was too hot to walk a street over.
So what?
We caught the bus. It's like $20 for 3 days. It takes you all up and down the strip from Fremont all the way to the end of New Vegas. So if you haven't been or you go, obviously you might see some things. You might be around some people. You send a text message. It tells you when the next bus is coming, but it's a lot cheaper. It's infinitely more cheaper than Uber. And it's really not that bad. It can be a good experience. Get you air-conditioned bus. Get you off your feet if you've been walking a lot. So that was a good find. And while we were there on our last day, someone jumped in the Bellagio pool fountain. And that was an experience.
Yeah.
So,
I would love to say that's the first time I've seen somebody do that.
First time I've seen it. I've heard about it. Someone died one time.
Oh yeah, the last time you were there, they died,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I've seen quite a few things at the Bellagio fountain though.
Yeah.
Can't blame him though. If I was homeless in Vegas, well, one, I wouldn't be in Vegas.
And it's 115 degrees.
But if I were homeless in Vegas, I'd be trying to find a nice, cool spot in one of those pools somewhere where the cameras couldn't see me because Jesus.
You think there's pools that cameras can't see?
I'm
Seems
sure.
problematic on a lot of
I mean, not necessarily pools that the cameras can't see, but like little blind spots in the security cameras.
How will you know?
You don't. You just got to try it out.
As a homeless person?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just try it out. What they gonna do? Arrest you? You're homeless.
Well, they did.
Then you'll be in jail with food and air conditioning. So
it's still jail. I watched Oz recently.
Well,
I think I watched
nothing
Oz
is like Oz.
I watched Oz. Okay. I went back and watched Oz. I think kind of maybe in the break since we've been off. What a show! What a show!
Too much.
Depends on who you are, but it's hard to suggest it because it's a lot. But it was a really good show.
I wouldn't suggest it.
I will leave that to your discretion.
There's like 1,000 other prison shows I would suggest before that one.
And which one's better?
I'm not saying that they're better.
That's all I'm talking about. So no, that's been a lot of what we've been off doing. Vegas was cool. We plan to go back, especially now that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford have been announced. May try and figure that part out, but yeah, life has just been lifing for us. I think I would like to see going forward us kind of talk a little bit more about that, just because in talking to people, I think it's relatable. Talk to a lot of people about relationships and just going through things, and we go through stuff too. We try to figure it out. We try to do the best we can. We're working on being much better communicators, but it's just life, and life experiences help dictate life choices. And sometimes, things that you take for granted, or that because of how you were raised, as you talked about, you got to know a little bit about me and where I come from. I think you maybe can see that. The same is true for you. And so when you're bringing two people together, it's tough. Trying to figure that all out, adding in a lot of kids, adding in a lot of independence.
A lot of kids.
It's just, stuff gets missed. And the foundation is important. And so, we just continue to work at it each and every day. I encourage y'all to do the same. I was serving a church on Sunday, and a couple sound like they're trying to go down that path, but some of the feedback they got is the same. People ain't perfect. People make mistakes, and you got to grace people for that. But the key is communication and trying to be as transparent and as upfront as possible. Sending a representative get your feelings hurt, because you don't tell the person how you truly feel, and then they move accordingly, and then you end up looking dumb. So that's my small rant for the moment, but
yeah,
glad to be back.
Kind of wondering where you were going.
This show has kind of been like that. Like we've been gone for so long. I mean, I'd be talking twice a week, but I've been only talking sports. So there's a bunch of other stuff I want to talk about that I haven't been able to talk about.
He missed y'all. He can't wait. Like
there was a bunch of times I started just getting on here myself. There was stuff. Y'all know I'm a Ye fan, and Ye been going nuts since we've been off, and we ain't been able to cover any of it. So I got a ton of thoughts there. Feel free to reach out if you want to know them. But if you run for president, I support it.
I'm not.
I might.
I can't.
What do you call the people that help with the campaign? What do you call the little people that be handing out flyers?
The campaign volunteers.
I thought they had a cooler name.
Nope.
Well, they need to come up with a cooler name.
Campaign flunkies.
I ain't going door to door.
Lackeys.
But I post on social media. I guess that's all.
That's sad. You don't want to campaign for your boy Ye?
Not for free.
Oh, so you want him to pay you?
Yes. My time is that valuable. I can't speak to other people. Older single people or young single people. It's just different. I was talking to my boy this weekend. They was talking about potentially having another kid. I told him don't do it. Told him don't do it.
Who?
I just said my boy on purpose because I didn't want to say his name, putting the business in the street.
Oh, you got to tell me off camera because I need to know.
Yeah. This is where I was at this weekend.
Oh.
They said things are better sound they're talking. I said, don't do it.
Oh, jeez. Nah, he can't.
They said, oh, yeah, one is no problem. I said, all right.
Not the way he be spazzing.
And I said, all right.
Let me give him a call. Let him know that he ain't ready.
Yeah,
he ain't ready. He need another year.
You don't want to start over. You like I said, we almost out of the formula phase, which will be a welcome step.
Bruh, if I don't ever buy another can of formula for as long as
I know y'all gonna say, oh, it only gets worse when I get older. I hear y'all. I definitely hear y'all. But I promise you, I'm over diapers and formula. When we can get all over diapers and formula for all these jokers, I'll deal with the puberty and stuff that comes with it and the attitudes. You know
how much money we'll have after there are no more diapers and formulas going on?
Until they start doing swim class and ballet and dance and
football
and baseball.
That's different.
Because every sport I watch, they seem to enjoy, which is great. I love it, but those sports are not free.
There's no sports that are free.
And I'm not coaching anymore. Actually, that's not true. I might coach. I don't know. I got twins. If I can get all three of the boys on one team,
you can't.
If Kobe is talented enough to play up, then I can kind of monopolize my ability to coach and play my kids. And I ain't really got to worry about other people's kids. Yeah, assuming my kids are good.
You do.
Yeah, but I bench some of them loser kids.
Parents be shooting games up now.
That's also true. I'm not going to be a coach. Because I'm not putting your trash kid in the game to lose the game, but I don't want you fighting me for not putting your trash kid in the game. So
you would be fighting people because you're calling somebody else's kid the trash kid.
So in life, they will be honest with you. If you're not good at your job or whatever it is you do, guess what? Someone's going to tell you. If you're not good, try something else. That doesn't mean you're a loser at life. It just means you're a loser at that sport. Try a different sport. Play an instrument. Do something else. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But it'll be a welcome. If anyone has diapers that wants to give them away,
facts, send them on.
We do receive, or puffs. Puffs are cool too. Or any free stuff. We'll pick out what we don't want. So don't feel like we don't need it because you don't know. Feel free to ask. But yeah, that's basically all I got. This went well past what I thought it would do. So
yeah.
What do you got for the people?
We're going to go see Jack Harlow. That's it.
And as a woman, it's shameful. I'm not gonna lie to you. The City Girls will also be there.
Oh yeah. The
City Girls are on tour with Jack Harlow.
The City Girls are on tour with Jack Harlow. But I'm going to go see Jack Harlow.
I'm going to see the City Girls and Jack Harlow. I like the City Girls.
You sure do. Y'all should have saw him at Coachella.
Their performance was so good.
Into it.
I was so surprised.
Funny.
My expectations were so low, and they blew it out the water. So now I kind of have high expectations, which is kind of.
You should probably listen to some of their music.
Nah, we good. All I'm gonna do is nod my head to the beat. I don't really want to know what they're saying. There's probably enough stuff I agree with alike.
Oh, jeez.
I don't necessarily want to hear them off of pimping men for their dollars.
But yes, we are going to go see the City Girls. Is it the City Girls or it's just City Girls? It's just City Girls. Yeah, why did I say the City Girls?
You are really not into the culture.
Just not today. The culture, I'll catch up with it next week. We're going to go see City Girls and Jack Harlow.
We ain't talking about Jay-Z's verse here. Yeah, we got so much.
We have so much stuff to catch up on.
Did we ever get to Drake's album? No, we didn't get to Drake's album.
Before
Beyonce's album.
Yeah.
So much.
We will probably be we will definitely be putting out some recap videos of all of our experiences at the different shows we've gone to on YouTube. Those will be sprinkled throughout the rest of the week. So definitely turn on your notifications.
Like, share, and subscribe. We got to get those numbers going back up. A couple times. It still went up while we was chilling.
I know. And so thank you to everybody who reached out to us.
Facts.
Trying to figure out where the show was, trying to make sure that we were okay and that our family was okay. That's a big reason why y'all got this show, because we're still figuring out how real life fits with this show and like 3 businesses and just a whole bunch of stuff going on. But we are back. So we will be back next Monday and the Monday after that and the Monday after that.
We heard it from her, so if it don't happen, it's on her. You know I'll be here. We got this. I don't know what she mouthing because I got the screen up. I can't see it. But we're going to get out of here. Y'all enjoy our Monday. It's been a pleasure. It's been exciting to get back into it. We got a lot. So please keep the notifications coming. We promise we will make up for the absence. And we got some really dope stuff coming in the future. So appreciate y'all rocking with us, sticking with us. And again, as y'all all know, and I got to get used to saying this again, but in life, things happen. You have the power to choose what you do. Please choose wisely. Always bet on you. If you've been blessed by the show and you want to contribute to this, what we do here, great things in the future. It's been running at the bottom of the whole show. I won't bore you with all the details. Do that. Have a great one. Take care.